I just looked at the games that Tua started.
Mm-hmm.
When they played New England, granted it was the first game of the season, but New England is currently ranked second in defensive DVOA. They scored 20 points. They faced Baltimore in week 2. They scored 42 points. Baltimore's now 9th ranked in DVOA. And then they faced Buffalo in week 3. Buffalo is 3rd ranked in DVOA, and they scored 21 points. So the only time this season that this team has scored more than 21 points against a top 15 defense was all the way back in week 2 against that Ravens defense. And so while they've earned the reputation of being a high-flying offense, they really haven't faced a ton of stiff competition in the form of good defenses. And so that's really, to me, it's almost an unknown. They haven't faced a good defense since Tua's first game back from his concussion, which was against Pittsburgh. And if you remember watching that game, he threw almost 4 interceptions in that game, hit 4 different Steelers in the hands or the chest, and they dropped him. So the Dolphins haven't faced a defense of this caliber, arguably since week 1 or week 3, if you want to include Buffalo.
If you look at the way that Miami operates, they try to run the ball, but they're not committed to it. They're going to throw the ball. And there is one spot that I'm particularly worried about, aside from Tyreek Hill, because he could beat anybody. I'm very worried about Deommodore Lenoir against either of their receivers. And that's not to say Lenoir is a bad player at all. He's a very solid player. He's a good player. But man, against Tyreek Hill or Jalen Waddle, like that's a mismatch that they're going to be going at. They're going to be going at that all day. Due to that, I think and I hope that they can get to the quarterback and rush him a little bit, get him off his spot, make him go through his reads quickly. If you can do that, then the coverage on the back end will take care of itself. I think that DeMeco Ryans plays a lot of zone here. It's a lot of, hey, we're not going to give up the big play, and we'll deal with 1,000 paper cuts because that also gives our defense a chance to force turnovers, which is what they've been doing at a really good clip so far. So